just got a lot of people in the house, like I told y'all. It's just, what are you gonna do? You're like a pro, you're still gonna find yourself going through your house and having to get rid of stuff. Money was really tight and I was able to get this and I was just so thrilled. In today's video, we are going to explore the what if factor when it comes to decluttering. I'm going to show you the tips that I take to be able to get through a what if that holds me up each time I declutter. So I hope you guys are ready for some extreme decluttering motivation. We have so much to do today, so let's get started. So I'm going to start off with cleaning this area. I went ahead and fed the kids some lunch because I knew I had things to do. So I made it easy for myself. But Emma was cutting some paper and some stickers down here. So I'm cleaning this up. I always got to do a quick little cleanup before I start pulling things out. That's just me. It is hard for me to declutter when the house is a disaster. Now the kitchen is not in great shape, but I'm not going to focus on that too much. I'm just going to focus right here. This is an area that I have been needing to tackle, but it's just been one of those things that's just kind of been in the back of my mind. And I knew that it wasn't going to be easy because there was a lot of things in here that I really loved. That's why I'm going to focus on the what if factor, because I think it'll be really helpful for you to see my thought process for when you guys are in the same situation.
Yay, our main food is finally here. Mom finally got us some new dog food. I overheard her telling Dad that we needed something a little better for us. I am so excited. Did you hear everything it had in it? Yeah, it's like real food. Can you believe it? Real food. It's raw. I feel like I've been able to run even faster and my stomach feels so much better. Have you even tasted it yet? You're going to love it. It is the best I have ever had. I am so excited and I feel so good. My hips and joints feel better. It's even made me feel more relaxed. Wow. And did you see my fur? I mean, hello. So shiny, so beautiful. I even feel like I'm healthier. I am so glad Mom finally got us some dog food. We needed more protein, so I'm feeling pretty happy about it. But I'm going to take it over here because I don't want you taking any of mine. What do you think? Do you like it? Yeah, I think you definitely like it. And look, we even got some treats. Oh, I am loving this raw dog food. Did you know it even has like 7 essential health benefits? This is incredible. Mom says she's trying to eat better, so we're trying to eat better. And you know what? I'm here for it. She's a pretty good mom. What do you think?
Okay, girls, I think it's my turn to take over. Listen, friends, I've got a link in my description box. Check it out, as well as a QR code. Make sure to check them out. This food has really changed the game for our sweet dogs. We love them like family, and we want to make sure they're getting everything they need to stick around for a really long time. Check out my QR code as well as the description box to explore the world of more protein raw food for your beloved pet. Okay, so I have done this kitchen before, but I wanted to tackle this. I did not do this drawer or that drawer. I've done them in other videos, but things have changed a little bit, so it's time to tackle it. Not only that, things aren't fitting in here anymore. So I'm going to kind of go through here really quick, rapid fire, like I always say, rapid fire. I will talk about the process, but it won't be all talking because I know some of you guys don't love that. But I'm going to kind of go through here and just make it quick, and then we can do this together. But I am going to talk a little bit now. So some of the things that I have held onto is this air fryer, this crock pot. I'm trying to become more aware of the things that our family is using, the things that are toxic and can be causing problems later on down in life, and trying to be more aware of that. I also am taking inventory of the things that I have so I don't keep it if I don't need it or if it's kind of redundant. Now this air fryer, not air fryer, excuse me, this, what is this thing called? What is this? Oh, pressure cooker. This pressure cooker is incredible, and I did not know, but it can actually slow cook as well. So I'm going to compare. I always just reach for this right here, but I'm going to compare how much this holds and how much this one holds. I don't know. I need to think about this one. This is something I have run into so many times because when I cook my beans, and it cooks chicken and it cooks meat super fast, but guess what? I never use it. I literally never ever use it. I never never do. So why am I holding on to it? You know why I'm holding on to it? Because I'm scared that one day I'm gonna need it. And I think that's why, ooh, it's pretty scratched up. And that's how we hold on to things. We hold on to things because what if, okay? If you're someone who struggles with anxiety like I am, what is the thing that we say to ourselves the most? What if? What if X, Y, and Z happens? What if I do this and they don't like me? What if I do this and I fail? What if, what if, what if? If you've struggled with anxiety in your life, you know what if is probably the main thing that we say in our head. But when it comes to decluttering, it's the same what if. So let's talk about it. Let's work through it. If you follow Dr. Amen, who I adore, he talks about the what if. So Dr. Amen says, so let's figure out the next step. You kind of have to work yourself down. So I've got an air fryer here. I've got a crock pot here. What if I get rid of the air fryer here? Because I never use it. I do use a crock pot more. What if I get rid of it? Okay. What if I get rid of it? What if I need it? What if I need it? Okay, so now we're going to rationalize this, and I want you to do this with yourself. What if I get rid of it, and what if I need it in later on? Okay, so how many times, I'm talking to myself, I want you to do this the same. How many times have you needed it in the past 90 days? We're going to do the 90-90-90 rule. How many times have you used this particular for Lynn, and how many times have you used it in the last 90 days? 0. I can back it up a little bit. How many times have you used it in the last 6 months or a year? Maybe once. Maybe. I actually can't confirm that. Actually, yes, one time, and I made beans with it. Can you make beans with this? Yeah, I can. So why keep this? Well, because it can also cook meat really fast. But have you used it for that in the last 90 days? No. Have you even used the crock pot for that in the last 90 days? No. Have you even needed to use anything to cook meat super fast in the last 90 days or a year? No. So why do you keep it? Well, what if? It can saute, it can steam, boil, soup, stews and chilies, bake, and slow cook. Well, slow cook, I've got this here. Saute, I always use my stove. Steam, always the stove or the microwave. Boil, for soups, always over there, or I can use it in my crock pot. So after going through this stuff, that what if, okay, so what if? And you keep going down, and you keep going down. It's the same way, and I'm going to give you just a little bit of mental health advice. It's the same thing with your anxiety. For me, I don't like going to places. I get very nervous. I've struggled with IBS for many, many years. It's not really a part of my story as much anymore until recently, but that's been my fear. So we're going to whatever on Friday, and I'm anxious. I have anticipatory anxiety, okay? One of the things that I do to myself is like, okay, like my anniversary is Friday. It really is. My husband's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I mean, I would love to go to dinner, but what if I don't feel good that day and I ruin it for you and then like you're disappointed? And he's like, and what if you do feel good? Well, I mean, then we could have a really good time, but what if then I get there and then my stomach starts to hurt? And he's like, then we leave. But I don't want you to be mad. What if you're mad? He's like, I won't be mad. Any time with you is the time I want to spend. Okay, but then like, what if I'm embarrassed because my stomach hurts really, really bad and I have to leave and then I'm in all that pain? And he's like, okay, then we leave. You take some medicine or you come home and you go right to bed. So like there is an antidote, if you will, for the issue. So what if you go and have dinner with your husband for your anniversary and it's amazing? What if you do it? And 9 times out of 10, it is. It's amazing. So you got to work yourself through the waves. Now, I'm going to go through this all super fast, put some music on there, so you guys don't have to hear me chatting the whole time, and then we'll come back together.
Yeah.
crock pot that I am going to keep. I have this, I love this. It comes in and out, and it's on my Amazon, and if it's not, I'll find it for you. I'll put it in the description box. But this is incredible. It can actually pull to be wider if need be, but I made it fit perfectly for the crock pot. Very convenient if you don't have drawers in here. I'm going to keep the breakfast tray because I do like to have that every so often. I got this right here. This is a chip and dip tray. I like it because I can have it covered, which is great when you live here in Florida, and whenever you try to have any sort of get together, flies like to invite themselves. Next I have this here. I love this, and all removable. So I'm going to keep these two things because yes, they're party things. I don't use them on a regular basis, but it's one of those things like when you need it, you need it, okay? This is the top to here. I'm gonna put it right next to it. I have a Spode, I think that's the way you say it, blue Italian sandwich tray my mom got me when I was really into the blue and white. I changed my decor so much because that's just how I am. I do whatever feels good. So I'm not going to get rid of this because this can be an heirloom. It is chipped, and I chipped it, but this is something that she gave my sister as well. She has, it's like an heirloom type of thing. This doesn't lose value, so I'm going to keep this. Next thing, this here, I got this, so I don't even know where I got this. I don't think I need it anymore because even when I was doing the blue and white, I never knew where to put it, so I'm going to put her away. This, I am going to keep this and put this with the rest of my florals because this is a pretty pot. Did I just touch ranch? And I'm going to put this with my florals. This is not something I'm going to get rid of because I really do like it. It's pretty. I like this for spring. Like I said, I switch things out. And if ever I want to get rid of these flowers, I really like this. If you see something and you're like, I like the flowers but don't like this, then find another pot. Or you like the pot and you don't like the flowers, take the flowers out. You can make things work for you. Okay, this I got when I lived, I think I got this thing like 5 years ago at Hobby Lobby. I wanted it so bad. I waited for it to go on sale, and I have never used it for what it's intended for. I think it's a cheese board. I have used it as like decoration, but very rarely. And so, as much as this one's going to be hard to get rid of, if I'm being honest with you, honestly, this is a hard one for me. I love little trays to like elevate things, but I don't need this many. And then I have this. I love this. This is actually really hard. This is really, really hard. This is hard because the what if factor comes in. It comes in with every bit of these. It's also really hard because I had this at my house before last, the one where I started YouTube. And I really felt like I was finding my style, and I remember buying this and being so excited. Money was really tight, and I was able to get this, and I was just so thrilled. So I'm like holding on to this more for sentimental value, and that's not good enough when it's been sitting here for all of these years. This is a hard one. Actually, this is probably harder than all of them because all of the memories come rushing back. You know, what's kind of crazy is sometimes the hardest time of your life, once it passes, you realize how sweet it truly was. And that's this for me. It seems really bizarre, but it was in our house before last. We had fixed it up. I had all my kids were home, all of them. My boys were really small, and we had painted the kitchen. I actually had that on one of my early YouTube videos. We painted the kitchen, and I remember just decorating it, and YouTube was new and it was fresh, and I was so excited, and I picked this up and I was just so thrilled. But as I look around my kitchen right now, I literally don't see any place for it. So, actually, that one makes me a little emotional. Like if you get a little emotional, or you start putting things away and you feel emotion welling up in you, I want you to feel it for a minute. Because if you don't feel it, it's gonna come knocking on your door at another time. I got this from an antique dealer on Instagram. I got it and I actually didn't love it, but I paid a hefty amount for it because it's a truly antique. So I will keep this because I know my girls will want this. So I'll give this to Isabella. I don't need this anymore. It's a Lazy Susan. Decluttering is, I don't care what anyone says, it's not easy. I mean, it can be fast, it can be efficient, but that don't mean it's easy. I am gonna keep these 2 pedestals because I like to put soaps and stuff on them. So that can go here. I did really good. Filled this entire thing up. Yeah, this is for paper plates. Let me see if my paper plates fit in it. And if it doesn't, then we'll use it. Okay, yeah, like that. So we will keep this. This is good. I was very happy with what I got rid of, and it made a lot more space in the cabinet, and that's a big deal because we did have limited space, and we've done a really good job of optimizing what we have, but it was definitely time to get rid of things. This is another cabinet that I needed to work on. I actually did it this weekend and gave a lot of the stuff to my girls. Okay, so I wanted to say, after you get to the what if, I want you to immediately load your car up, because if you've already struggled with what if, then the likelihood of it actually leaving your house and you not talking yourself out of keeping it is very low. So I want you to go ahead and load your car up. And this is an area where I struggle, as why you see my garage look the way it is. I will put it in the garage because it's out of sight, out of mind. But when it stays there, and I feel like even though it's been there and I know I haven't used it, when I have to put my hands on it again, it's like the emotions all come back up. Okay. So while you have conquered the emotion of what if and you've worked through that process, go ahead and put the stuff in your car. I actually just put the box in my car from when I cleaned out my linen closet. Like, it's been in my bathroom this whole time, and I will tell you what, it was not my intention to keep it there, A. B, I have looked over it and multiple times like, oh, maybe I could keep those pillowcases, but I didn't touch it. But when I went to grab the box just now to put it in my car, because I kind of do like a little zoom through the house and see if there's anything else I can go, I was like, oh, I actually really do like those sheets. No, I put it here for a reason. You moved it from here into this bag, box, donation, whatever, for a reason. Hold on to that. Hold on to that, because that is what's going to help you move forward. If you keep going back and digging through the stuff that you've gotten rid of, it's not going to help you. It's going to keep you stuck. And these are the things that I have learned. By the way, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm in my neighborhood, obviously, but these are the things that I have learned over my journey, because when I continue to have to declutter, I'm like, wait a minute. I just want to keep this up so y'all know I'm not looking at you. I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I still doing this? But there's a lot of reasons. And like I have said so many times, decluttering is such an emotional journey. But man, if you can get a hold of it, it changes your life. It will change your life, okay? And it will change the lives of those around you. Because when you are a better version of yourself, you feel accomplished, you feel free, you feel creative, you feel lighter, then that type of wonderful, positive energy, it exudes from you, and it just goes out into the world. It goes out into your family. I'm telling you. So I know it sounds so big, but it is. It really, really is. And especially if you feel like you don't have a lot of control over your life, this is a great way to get started. Emma. We're gonna go put it over there, okay? Just follow me, baby. I really love that I have had Emma by my side while doing this, because when it's time to go through her items or other things in the home, she trusts me and she understands the process. She also knows if she says she wants to keep something, I keep it. And she is feeling more and more confident when I ask her if she wants to keep something to let those things go. I am back home, and honestly, it's like a weight off of my shoulders to just go ahead and get it out of the house. I do tend to hold on to things, whether it's in the garage, like I said, out of sight, out of mind, or if it's in the car and I'm just driving around with it for 3 months. I tend to do that. So for me, I need to do it right away or it's not gonna get done. So that might be you as well. I don't know if that's like an ADHD thing or what it is, but I need to do it so it's done. Or there's like a little, always like a little nudge, a little reminder in my head. So it feels good to just be like, okay, start to finish, it's complete. When it comes to decluttering, it's not a one and done. It's not get rid of everything in your house and you're done and you never have to do it again. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. However, with some simple tips and tricks, you will be able to keep the ball rolling. My thing that I have noticed with myself and with other people, when I've talked to other people, decluttering is getting rid of things. For most people, is fairly easy. You can just throw away clutter like trash or paper clutter. You can throw away things you don't want or are broken. But really getting into a space and clearing it out, that's when it gets a little bit hairy. So I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement that it is an ongoing process. But if you can really adapt to these tips and tricks, you should be able just to keep the ball rolling. And that's the big picture, in my opinion. Things are going to come in and things are going to go out. But if you can just keep it going, keep it in like steady rotation forward, I feel like it will help you prevent the house from getting too unmanageable or too overwhelming. Now, it is a lot more difficult for me because we have so many people in the house and they all have their own stuff, their own wants, likes, dislikes. They have their own things that bring a sentimental value to them. They all have their own things that they bring in on their own without me. And so it does get difficult, but I do try to stay on top of it. In my home, it will never be a one and done. It's something that I will always continue to do. Especially when you have like a process like I just showed you with the whole what if thing. Like there will be days, and I've talked about this in the past, there are times where I can get rid of it all. And then there are times where some things make the cut, if you will. They may make the cut this time, but maybe in 2 months, 3 months, a year, it doesn't make the cut. And then you're like, well, why are you continuing to declutter? Well, those things made the cut because I thought they had meaning and purpose and value to me. But 6 months later, a year later, they no longer do, or I'm willing to let them go now. That's why it's an ongoing process. This isn't like me having some big shopping sprees, and Lord knows I would love a nice big shopping spree. It isn't anything like that. It's just some things make the cut today and then they won't in 6 months. It means I don't need this right now, or I think I do. That's what it's about. So that's why I'm able to continue to bring these videos. And also we just got a lot of people in the house, like I told y'all. It's just, what are you gonna do? Even if you are a master declutterer, you're like a pro, you're still gonna find yourself going through your house and having to get rid of stuff. I have heard many of YouTube videos where the pros are like, you're never done, you're never done. And that's okay, because it is a process. So that's why I'm here, that's why they're here, to help you keep the ball rolling. And that's what it's all about. Just don't stop, okay? Just don't stop. You just gotta, even if it's a slow roll forward, it's still in the right direction. And that goes with anything in life. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was a shorter one, but I am cranking them out this month. I had a lot of things that I had to do this month. That's why you've gotten so many of them, but I hope you've enjoyed them thus far. Starting in April, we're going to get back to our 1 maybe 2 a week schedule. Definitely 1. I might do 2 here and there. But March, we're just going to be busting videos out because that's just sometimes what you got to do. But I'm thankful for each and every one of you. I hope today you find one thing, one closet, one drawer, one space that you can declutter. Remember, you don't have to do it all in one day, but just have steady rotation, steady movement forward. That makes such huge progress. You don't have to go in there and ambush an entire room, just one little space. A little space where you're able to step back and be like, oh, feels good, I did it and I'm proud of myself. And then get it out of your house. And if you can't physically take it to donation or take it somewhere immediately, make a little post-it note and put it on your steering wheel. That way the next time you get in your car, you're not forgetting that it's in the back and you're riding around with it 3 months. Let it be a reminder and get it out, and then just sit there for a moment and be like, okay, I did it. Start to finish, I did it, because I can do big things. I'm capable of doing big things. I'm capable of doing things from start to finish, because you are capable. And I am your biggest cheerleader, saying that you are capable of having the life that you want to live and having a home that brings you joy. You are capable. And so am I. I'm capable of those things too. It's not a one and done. It's something we'll always have to do, but at least we can do it together. So I'll have some playlists in the description box of more decluttering and cleaning and all the things and organizing. So check all that. It'll say like endless cleaning motivation or decluttering and organizing playlist. Check that out if you are not done. Because if you're not done, then I've got a zillion videos, like over 500 I think at this point, to be able to help you. So I love you all so much. Would you like this video? It's such a small token of your appreciation that I made these videos and that you actually enjoyed it. It lets YouTube know like, hey, her videos aren't crappy. And people like her videos, and that would mean the world to me. And if you like weekly content like this where you're cleaning, decluttering, and organizing, you've come to the right place. You've come to the right place, and I will sprinkle in some DIYs along the way. So I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. And don't forget, you are capable of big things. You are capable of the life that you want to live, because you are worthy, and I love you. And if no one's told you, you need to hear it again. I love you. Bye.